Hey, I'm Oliver.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Nick.
And we're doing a non-profit sports tournament called UKBC running on the holidays.
And it's about, so your kids will have, if you have kids, they'll be going into a nice social space where no one will be like bullied and stuff, and they'll be able to make new friends. Like the whole entire day they'll be making new friends.
Yeah, it's a fun environment to get the kids out of their house on the holidays so parents can have some time to chill out.
Relax. The problem we'll be solving is kids' boredom. So if your kid's at home doesn't have anything to do over holidays, they'll hear about the tournament and be like, oh, I want to go make some new friends, or they want to get out of the house and do some fitness.
It's also good for kids getting outside and having exercise and getting fit, so they don't stay inside and get unhealthy and sit around.
We'll also be solving about kids who don't have enough money to be educated. So all the money that we'll be getting will be donated towards the Smith family charity.
Well, we're going to get the parents to pay $10 for the day. In the morning, it's going to be
Training.
And then the second half is going to be the tournaments and games and all that.
So they'll have an equal amount of, so if no one has played basketball, they'll have an equal amount of practicing and training with like a team that they're going to be put into, and then they're going to have some fun playing out with other people on the court.
And the ages is 10 to 14.
The tournament will be set on September holidays. We don't have an exact date, but it'll be in the second week of the holidays. This is our website that we're currently making. It's the front page, and we haven't completely finished.
But we're working on it.
Yeah. And then we've got a Facebook page as well, which isn't finished as well. And I'm gonna be getting, my mom's got a link into 92.7. So I'm gonna ask if my mom could send something in that I'll be writing to be advertised on the radio. So people around the Sunshine Coast will be able to hear it. And
on the day, we're going to be selling food, just for snacks and stuff on the day. So yeah, there's going to be no peanuts, seeds, or any eggs in the food, so no allergies. So
no one will have to go to hospital for allergies. That won't be good. We're helping parents because if they have children who nag them about doing something, going out, they'll have no children in the house, so they'll be able to do what they want to do whilst they're in the house home alone. They could go out for a day, have like a date with their husband or wife or something, and the parents won't have to worry about the safety of their children because we're going to have a qualified first aid personnel there.
Probably a sports teacher that already goes to the school.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our project that we're working on. It's called UKBC. Yep.
That's it.
Awesome. I'm happy to start.
Yeah, go for it.
First off, thanks for coming up and presenting. Good job. Bit of crossing with your talking, so maybe add a little bit more structure on the way you deliver your pitch next time. I noticed that you have a lot of costs.
Yeah.
Do you plan to make any profit?
Yes, we do.
And pay yourselves, right?
No, non-profit for ourselves.
Okay, so you just you just bring money in to cover all costs,
Yeah.
and then the rest goes to charity.
Yeah.
So we're going to by getting kids to come, we're just going to like double the money that we make. We'll send it to charity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll cover all your costs,
Yeah.
and you don't want to get any payment.
No.
Have you got a potential cost sheet, a budget for the day?
Not completely, but we know we're going to spend about $100 to $200 on food, and we're going to double the price of what we bought it for. So we're going to be making more profit than if you sell it for like another $1
Yep.
or something. So we'll have
Yep.
more money like towards food.
We're expecting 60 kids to come, so yeah.
60 kids.
Are you limiting
That's
to
out.
60?
That's how much we're looking for.
Are you limiting to 60 though, or are you hoping to get
If we get more, we'll say yeah, they can come.
Is that going to be hard to manage?
Maybe a little bit, but it shouldn't be like too hard because we just have like staff there to settle it down if there's anything bad happens or get them settled.
Okay.
In terms of running of the day, who would be your key person to organise your program?
Me.
Okay, and who are you going to rely on for, so I don't know, some mentoring or guidance in that? Have you got someone in mind?
Hopefully Mr. Malton, the teacher at school.
Yeah.
Is a phys ed teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Was my suggestion. Yeah, being an ex-phys ed teacher.
And you're going to do it here?
Yeah. That's
Yeah, that's in the undercover area for the school.
I would have liked to see, in the first part of your presentation, you had your logo up there for a long time. I think you could use that time and our attention to the screen to lay out maybe point by point, a little PowerPoint
Yeah.
that got revealed. Here's how the day starts, here's where the kids come from, here's what they're going to be doing. Why'd we choose basketball as opposed to any other activity, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. Here's how we're going to reach the kids. Here's the outcome. I'm assuming that the Smith charity must be something pretty well known in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other question I have would also be about you get 60 kids together, you can organize a lot of liability for yourselves as well. So the supervision of those kids and you said it's going to be safe and no bullying and that's all great. I think you need to articulate that there's going to be some adult
Yeah.
partners, supervisors in this thing.
Yeah.
But one thing that I would see as a unique value proposition for you is that it's you guys who provide kind of the mindset of the whole day, not adults imposing their own. Does that make sense?
Youth led.
And that'd be something, having done work in media and stuff like that, the radio people will be interested to hear that aspect. And how come you didn't talk, Nick?
I'm new to the group.
Ah,
Right.
all right.
I just joined today.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting idea.
Yeah, good idea.
I just want to point out that that wasn't our logo. That's
Oh.
the start. Yeah, that was just a title, but
Right.
Oh, that's the school, the class one.
yeah.
Yep, no worries. Yeah.
And you're planning on doing a pilot in September,
Yeah.
school holidays?
Yeah.
And is it going for one day in September, or are you doing it over a period?
It'll be
Just
one day.
One day.
Okay.
You covered a lot of topics, the advertising, the food, the social space, the extra money. My suggestion would be to focus on one or two things that'll get it started and running and get them sorted before you move to the next thing. It's great to have a long view,
Yeah.
but again, some of the issues like, okay, it's basketball, so how does that affect your numbers? You're expecting 60, but I mean, why? Is that just hopeful, or is that what you need to run a certain type of tournament? 60?
60 is like kind of a medium climate.
Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of advertising, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So then you'll need to manage. If you get 20, you want to still make sure
Yeah.
those 20 people get quality, and if you get 120,
Yeah, make sure.
that's a big issue, and that could potentially ruin the day. So, as to give you an example, there was a triathlon organised at Lawton last weekend. It was run by Weet-Bix and Bupa and really big companies, and they completely stuffed it. They had a
Because
lot
of
more people
success.
turn up than they expected. They had traffic issues on the highway from Pine Rivers, no parking there. All of the local business owners, including one sitting at this desk, was completely pinged off and made complaints. So, they weren't prepared for it to be as successful as it was. But,
Yeah.
so if the big guys can do that, then I would suggest,
Yeah, the reason I pressed the 60 before, I guess, was, have a target in mind, and with your advertising and everything, aim for that target. You might be safer to limit it to a certain number, to a set number, and that way all the planning and all the investment you make in that day is likely to be give you a better success than actually, taking on more and then having that, oh no, how are we going to deal with this kind of moment? Having it successful is more valuable than taking on more people, I think. So I would suggest that you perhaps limit and then plan. I noticed that one of the things that the school's telling you about your presentation today is to prepare. But I think you really need to actually think about every single thing that you need to do for that day and have lists and checklists, and then different people, maybe even not yourselves, delegate the different areas of responsibility to people who you can trust to carry out those delegated tasks. So someone in charge of food, someone in charge of the tournament, someone in charge of the timekeeping for the day. Think about all the things that you will need to have happening on the day, and then have people that you can trust to look after all of those separate areas. Otherwise you'll be burnt out at the end of the day and won't have enjoyed it yourselves. And that wouldn't be fair.
No, it's a great idea.
How do kids get selected on teams?
Well, at the training, we'll be sorting them out in age groups, and then we'll be putting them on evening out teams. So it won't be their skill level. It'll be maybe they'll have a couple of good players, and they'll have some okay players, and have some bad players if they're not if they're new to basketball.
It's just all going to be evened out.
Yeah.
So it's not grading, it's about just giving everyone a fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It works.
I would emphasize that. That's a good outcome. I mean, you're building teamwork. That's one of the skills that you guys are working on in this project.
Yeah.
And I think you could make a bigger deal about that as well. But I think that you're getting really good advice about. I met a guy he was a graduate of the Harvard Business School class of 1948. They graduated more Fortune 500 CEOs than any other class. His mantra was plan for the best, because sometimes things work out perfectly. So I think you could be killed by success, and that would be a heartbreak. That would be just a heartbreak.
Excellent. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Sharks.
Once again, I've got a real soft spot for these sort of things as a phys ed teacher, so I'm going to contribute $15 to you guys to get this up and running. But I really would like to see a mentor with previous experience in sports management brought on your team.
Ideas, great guys. I really do commend these kinds of volunteer things. It's a great cause, but contributing $2 today.
Yeah, here's $5 for some more planning, and I agree about the mentor part. I think you'd be well suited for that.
I'm going to do nothing, but good job, guys. Wish you all the best.
Pat?
Alright, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharks.
We've still got Pat to go yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Pat. What will Pat give?
Up to you.
I think Pat would love the cause as a sports charity, so
sure.
he's going to
He's got a sports charity.
give $5.
Yeah. Good on you, man. You're in now.
Yeah.
Okay.